So, I guess this is sort of blind recommendations of the week, but considering that, at least as I'm recording this, roughly, I don't know, midday Eastern time, the reviews are starting to come out for Sonic Mania, and they're all pretty much positive. I know there was one review which is like the #1 trend. If you search, because Sonic Mania is trending on Twitter, if you search it, it says it's basically a remake of the old games. But considering most of the people that are going to be buying it are probably feeding off the nostalgia issue, perhaps that isn't a bad thing. And I'm watching streams of players that really seem to be enjoying it because they've managed to hook themselves up with Australian copies on the Switch because Switch is region free. Wow, there's a good use for that. Who knew? So, it's officially out tomorrow. Also out tomorrow, though, which garners my... There's no reviews for it out, but... Which probably means that the embargo's coming out, which means it's probably only okay. But Agents of Mayhem, the new game from the Saints Row guys that isn't Saints Row. There's Saints Row themes and everything and like motifs, but it's not officially that we know of part of the Saints Row universe. And then we find out at the end it probably is. A la Joker not being in can't even remember the name. Arkham Knight. That's the one. So yeah, you know, it looks like we're getting into the start of here come the thing. The summer drought is over. There's going to be some games for you to play out. Certainly Sonic Mania, from what I can tell, seems to be a good thing. Agents of Mayhem, you might want to see if the reviews come out, but from what I've seen of gameplay, as long as you're a Saints Row fan, you'll probably enjoy Agents of Mayhem. Either way, the topic today, really, is the continuing state, whatever, of For Honor. Because, you know, player base has dropped dramatically across, well, at least PC that we know of, and probably all platforms. And, they're launching Season 3 of their content, or launched it last week, and to coincide with that, they did a tournament that Ubisoft backed for the game, which was to promote the launch of the thing. The problem is, the winner, along with the majority of other players, were using exploits to win the game. So, Jacob Palin, aka SB.Alanakin, used Nobushi in the grand final, which he won without even dropping a set. And apparently key to what it is, this is all off the Eurogamer article, by the way, covering this thing. Key to him winning was Unlock Tech, which apparently is an exploit that makes an attack unparryable, making certain attacks faster and can even stop recoil that you would suffer when an attack gets blocked. Because it's called Unlock Tech because it involves unlocking the targeting lock on your opponent and attacking them, relocking it. You know, the community, you know, has been pointing this out for months, and the devs haven't fixed it. And it happened at the bloody grand tournament stage, which clearly was an interesting situation because the guy that won was like, man, I didn't think it'd be this easy. And the creative director comes in and basically says, good job, buddy. Soon you might have to change your playstyle, but honestly, that's an effing good job. And you could tell in the way that he said it, he was very much like, you absolute bastard. But there was other things as well over the actual tournament event, one of which in which a bug managed to cause somebody to lose a game. So you know, they credit it because it was a bug. They didn't reset it or anything. They just went, "Oh, too bad you lost." So the community is basically going, no wonder people left. Look at the state it's in when you're trying to promote it for the new season. Cold Black Cage on Reddit said this, quote, these issues are by no means recent issues and have been of heavy contention for the past few weeks leading up to this tournament and community discussion. For Honor's theoretically supposed to be a fighting game, but this tournament's potentially shown to thousands of people just how thin the game is in a setting where players are supposedly trying their absolute best to secure the prize money. You know, admittedly, as it says, you know, the dev team are trying to improve the game in introducing dedicated servers and everything. But most of the people watching, from what I can tell, it was going to be... most of the people watching was sort of saying it was boring and very cheesy, which, you know, if you've got exploits like that, it's going to be considered cheesy. And I don't mean cheesy as in naff, I mean just like finding glitches and exploits that means, you know, a grand thing, you know, could be done in seconds. You know, it's tactics that you see done in StarCraft games, to some extent in CSGO, from what I've seen, when you have short rounds or short games. Basically that sort of deal. So yeah, For Honor seems to be in more trouble than I even thought. And to be honest, I'm not surprised because they've got way too many franchises going on. You know, what didn't help is, of course, that came out, what, a month after, or a month before, sorry, Ghost Recon Wildlands, which died. And I think the main issue that For Honor may have had was because of the launch of the trailer back at E3, what, 2 years ago, at 2015, and the fact that all of a sudden, oh look, here it is 2016, it's like, I think when you have games that have that much build-up and hype, you've got an issue on your hands. And if you notice, certainly many of the... well, actually most of the games people actually just did that sort of thing with everything that they showed on their conferences this year. But I think this may be sort of going towards a trend of, if it's something that's coming within the next 12 months... it's probably worth showing in a in a full capacity and not pushing too much. Because I think the For Honor hype thing got to such a point that people were excited and then it just fell off. You know, I haven't got a look at the numbers, but I am sort of intrigued whether For Honor's doing as bad as, or worse, I should say, than Chivalry. Which arguably is the same thing. Except if Chivalry still got players and whatever, then that's sort of embarrassing. Considering For Honor's Ubisoft is a much bigger company than Chivalry, which is... I don't even know who publishes that. I should know off the top of my head. So, no, what I was going to say is... with the For Honor stuff, it's sort of... perhaps Ubisoft needs to focus on the right sort of things. You know, keep in mind, Ubisoft at the end of this month is going to be having Mario and Rabbids, the XCOM thing on the Switch. You've also got, thinking about it, the Assassin's Creed game coming out in October. I don't even know what else is coming out. 2017 in video games, Wikipedia. Please. Might not even tell me. I should be knowing probably. Oh well, of course, South Park. South Park's coming out. I forgot about that. Oh, that's good. Publishers aren't listed, so I'd have to look through the list anyway to get a gist. I was okay. South Park's October 17th, and then 10 days later is Assassin's Creed. And then right in the middle of that is Just Dance 2018, which admittedly is not the same market, but there you go. So yeah, hopefully this is better. Maybe. Oh, sorry, I guess I should note that if you've got Sonic Mania and a PC pre-order, you're not getting it for 2 weeks because it got delayed. So my bad. But, Cities Skylines for PS4 is out this week as well. StarCraft Remastered just launched, at least internationally, today, Monday the 14th of August 2017, if I have to say that. And also the 25th anniversary edition of Night Trap. And Nidhogg 2. Along with other ones that I don't want to recommend to you just in case they aren't any good. But there's a lot of games that I'm looking here and there's been a lot of interest in them coming just this week. And that's not even adding the Uncharted Lost Legacy, which is coming next week. F1 and Madden pull up at the end of August as they normally do. And then right at the end of the month, Windjammers finally comes to PS4. We've got a Yakuza game, the complete edition of Pillars of Eternity for consoles, so that the Mario and Rabbids thing. Hello Neighbor, I guess, comes out of alpha and goes live. And then September 5th, Knack 2, baby! Yeah, I'm doing it way too much in the donkey voice, but, you know. That's going to be... The fact that that was the #1 trend in Splatoon 2. All the people basically going, Knack 2! Like, okay. Great publicity for Sony there in a Nintendo game. So, yeah. God, let's hope these games are good. To distract us from all the other stuff that's happening in the world.